With Nickelodeon All Star Brawl coming in just a mere 2 months, what kind of other characters do we want to see appear in the game? Here is my top 10 list right now. Hello there beautiful human, my name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things in the world, which is licensed video games, but more specifically Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, because obviously this is a hype title. I'm still really excited for it. I'm just really anxious to kind of hear more about it and to see more coming out from it, but at the same time I would like to be surprised as well, so I'm glad that they're not just like spilling all the info all at once like some other games tend to do. So I'm just hoping that we'll get something in the next 2 months, but no pressure at all. Like if they're going to just kind of be very light about it and then just like kabam when the game releases, then like I'm all for it. But I do have lots of thoughts on what kind of characters I'd love to see show up in this game, and so I've compiled a top 10 list of characters I would love to see appear in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, and so I'm gonna go ahead and go through them one by one. But feel free to let me know your thoughts as to what characters you like to see in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. I know all of you have really big thoughts about this, so definitely let me know. I'd love to hear all your comments and such. Just to foreshadow, I haven't watched many of the recent Nickelodeon shows, so I just really don't have the knowledge to speak on like anything that I haven't seen past like 2012 and such, and so most of these characters would just be kind of characters that I grew up with as a child. But I really want to hear about what characters you want to see. Even if they're characters I've not heard of at all, I'd love to hear them. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content about Nickelodeon All Star Brawl in the future. But let's go ahead and get into my list. At number 10, this is kind of an odd choice for me. I definitely did not think I would be saying this character. When I thought about, if there was a Nickelodeon fighting game, like, would this character pop up on my list? Probably not, but I love to see Otis from Barnyard make an appearance here. I feel like Barnyard is really underappreciated in terms of like actual things going on with it. I mean, it's definitely got some support here on the online community. Like, we definitely got a lot of people that are a fan of the game in particular. I think recently there's been some people trying to speedrun it and such, and so it's definitely a very underappreciated franchise, kind of like an underground fandom. But I love to see Otis in this game. I just feel like he'd be such a fun character to play as. I mean, he probably can't have too many really special moves beyond like spilling milk on people, but I mean, he's a party animal, so he can definitely have a lot of fun with his moveset, and I just think he looks really buff and strong. Like, this is a perfect guy to throw in here. Like, come on, let's see Otis show off those guns and smash Spongebob to oblivion. Let's go.
Does this look unsure to you? No.
At number 9, I love to see Mr. Squidward Tentacles make an appearance here. And by the way, this is the only SpongeBob character I put on this list, so you should be very proud of me because there could have been way more. But Squidward is definitely one of my favorite SpongeBob characters of all time, and I feel like he's severely underrepresented in video games compared to like SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. Like, for some reason, Squidward always seems to get left out in terms of being a playable character and such. And so I really think Squidward has a lot of potential here as a fighter. I mean, he definitely has like lots of different things that could damage people. I mean, his tentacles, he's got like 4 legs, he can spill ink on people, and of course he has the power of music, or should I say ear-piercingly bad music. That's probably gonna be his final smash, is him trying to cover like E minor or something. So I really think that Squidward could be a really great asset here.
Oh man, I can't! This can't be happening!
What, do you have to pee or something?
At number 8, I love to see Bolin from The Legend of Korra make an appearance here. Now, I could totally say Korra because she's technically not confirmed yet, but she basically is, just because that cover art has a silhouette of her head and such, and so I'm not going to waste a space on her. But I'd love to see Bolin in particular, and pretty much no one else from the show. I mean, Legend of Korra had some pretty decent characters, but Bolin was the only one I really felt attached to, and he's also really interesting because he can not only bend earth, but he can also bend lava, which is a really weird ability for a character to have in this universe. And so I think Bolin would just have a lot of fun in terms of mixing those two elements together, because you're very used to just controlling characters with just one kind of like moveset or one kind of power, but Bolin has 2, and so to see him kind of like mix those up would be really interesting. I'd love to see what they would do with that.
Come on, Mom. Everyone's gonna be there. Please, 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 please.
Well, I suppose you could be on call.
At number 7, I love to see Jenny, the teenage robot, or I should say XJ9. And so I haven't watched this show in a long time, but when I did watch the show, I was a huge fan of it. Like, oh my gosh, it was basically like a companion to Danny Phantom in my eyes. Like, it really was just like, oh, if you like Danny Phantom, then here's a show with a female lead. I mean, she was just such a badass character, and of course, I think she would have a lot to offer in terms of a fighting game. Like, is a strong robot, lots of different gadgets and stuff. You can totally do some crazy stuff with her, and so I hope to see her in here. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, just because it's kind of a dead franchise, but I mean, you never know. She did appear in that mobile game, so anything's possible.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sin. Put your eyes back in your head and let's get to work.
At number 6, I want to see Jimmy Neutron himself appear in this game. Now, I can't say that I'm the biggest fan of Jimmy Neutron, to be honest. Like, I don't know, the show just never really gravitated towards me as a kid, and even trying to watch it now, I just can't really get into it. However, there's just a lot of nostalgia for me in terms of Jimmy Neutron, because he was a big part of like my childhood in terms of video games. When I played like Nicktoons Unite, for instance, and all those other Nickelodeon games, he was always a big character in them, and he just kind of feels like a necessity when it comes to Nickelodeon crossover games to me. And so when he started appearing less in these games, I felt disappointed, because it's like, well, this is a character that usually brings these people together in the first place. And so I think Jimmy Neutron just has a really solid spot and belongs in Nickelodeon crossover games. Now, I could also give an honorable mention to Hugh Neutron, because I know that he's got a lot of support behind him, but I really think before you can have Hugh Neutron, you gotta have Jimmy Neutron. Like, I think that's just it. So if we have Jimmy, then maybe we can talk about Hugh. But let me know if you're a supporter of that in the comment section below. I'd be really curious to hear if you are or not.
Wakey, wakey, Jimmy.
At number 5, I have to say I want to see Timmy Turner, and actually not just Timmy Turner, but Timmy Turner combined with Cosmo and Wanda, because let's be honest, if it's just Timmy by himself, then he's not really going to have much to offer. He's just a 10-year-old average kid. Literally, the show says that's what he is. But I know Fairly Odd Parents definitely deserve some representation, especially since there's going to be a reboot coming out in the coming year, I guess. And so I really think this would be a good time to kind of like introduce Timmy Turner back into the video game realm. And so I think Timmy Turner paired with Cosmo and Wanda could be really, really wacky. I mean, Cosmo and Wanda can basically give Timmy anything in terms of powers. I mean, he could have a temporary power up where he can turn into like Clef, the Boy Chin Wonder. I think that's what it's called. Like, I don't know if that's the actual name or not, but yeah, I just think that like it's a really great opportunity to bring some really wacky things in terms of moveset. I don't have anything specific in mind, but if y'all have any ideas, then let me know in the comment section below. And actually, for the next 4 characters, or should I say the last 4 characters, I'm gonna group them all together because, oh my gosh, you all are gonna hate me for this, but they're all from the same franchise. But honestly, like, if they don't include these characters, or at least some of these characters in this game, then I'm gonna be really, really upset.
Hey, Toph, would you say you and Aang have a rocky relationship?
I want to see the entire Avatar Last Airbender squad appear in this game. So we basically know that Aang's already in this game because, again, he appeared on a silhouette of the game box art without actually being confirmed yet. But I don't want to see just Aang. I want to see Sokka, Zuko, Katara, and Toph appear in here as well. So basically the main cast in terms of the people battling against the Fire Lord. I really became a huge fan of Avatar The Last Airbender in the last year when I got Netflix. I mean, it is just such an incredible show, and something that is, like, in terms of quality and legacy, way beyond so many other things Nickelodeon has produced. And what better game to have Avatar representation in than a fighting game? I mean, come on, just imagine being able to utilize all those elements in this game and just create some really crazy moves. Like, it's incredible to me. Like, there's so much potential in using the Avatar franchise here, and I definitely know Nickelodeon understands that the Avatar is really big, considering they made a whole Avatar Studios dedicated to creating future content within this universe, and so they know this universe is big, so definitely utilize as many of them as you can in this game.
Sounds to me like you're scared, Boulder.
The boulder's over his conflicted feelings.
Toph, I mean, Toph is just a fantastic fighter, like a fantastic earthbender, definitely one of the best. I love to see her in here and just kind of like make mincemeat of all the characters in here. Like, she can have some really powerful attacks. Katara, I feel like, is a really stylish fighter, and so I really love to see her in action, you know, just kind of like moving around and like using her water bending ability. She can be really acrobatic. That's the kind of fighter I see her as. Definitely someone that moves around a lot and takes advantage of her environment. Definitely a really great addition here.
Hello, Zuko here.
Zuko, man, my man Zuko, man, as awkward as he is a great fighter and a great firebender, and he can be really aggressive and really angry, and I just think that energy being brought in here could be really amazing. And so I don't know, having a great firebender like Zuko appear in here would be such a dream come true, and definitely would be amazing to watch. And Sokka, well, I understand why people might be a little bit skeptical about Sokka, but I really don't think you should overlook him, because Sokka could definitely be that token sword fighter player here, because, you know, to be honest, we don't really have that many characters here that carry a sword. So Sokka could be that key character that Nintendo just loves supporting to their Smash Brothers games, and so it can help to make Smash players feel at home, that they are like, oh, here's the typical sword fighter character that I was looking for. But also Sokka can use his boomerang, and he definitely can have some really cool moves with that. So I just think that Sokka, he's such an amazing character. I just want to see him here because I love him.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench ya. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest.
He's such a hunk, I love him. But yeah, that is my top 10 list. So I'm sorry for loading Avatar characters at the end there, but that's just something that could not be avoided. Like, Avatar is amazing, but there's so many different franchises I'd love to see represented here. Even if not in characters, I'd love to see references to different franchises here as well. I mean, it's just like, it's the Nickelodeon party, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they have up their sleeves. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you like my list? Do you agree with the characters? Do you not agree with some of the characters? Let me know why or why not, and let me know who you want to see in the game in the comment section below. And so yeah, thank you so much. I think I'm going to make a video based off of like what tracks I want to see as well, and so that's something that I'll probably plan for the future, but I'm not sure when I'll put that up. But just yeah, thank you all so much. I'm really excited about this game. I can't wait to stream it when it comes out and play with all of you. Like, it's just gonna be so much fun. But all right, this is Riders, riding out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Special shout out to my patrons: Amelia Prescott, Team Rattle Sign Gamer, Johnny Hinton Ortiz, Trash Q, Claw84, and Mass Muner. These are my patrons / YouTube members. If you'd like to become a patron or YouTube member, get access to a whole bunch of different perks, and please check out the links in the description box below. But alright, this is Riders, riding out.